What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining how SPY and QQQ changed my life. And I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I use SPY and QQQ to find profitable trades and hopefully help you make more money in the future. But as always, if you do find value in this video and you do like making money, consider clicking that subscribe button as well as clicking that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me, but let's hop right into it. Okay, so first off, I want to thank you guys for 30K subscribers. You all mean the absolute world to me. That's a huge milestone, and I cannot wait to hit 100K with you guys in the future. I'm going to continue to upload tons of free educational content for you guys. But yeah, let's talk about how I use SPY and QQQ to trade the overall market and how it's changed my trading forever. So when it comes down to SPY and QQQ, I have made a few videos in the past, basically breaking down my entire thought process and how I go about trading SPY and QQQ and using them. But I'm also going to be explaining that here in this video. As you guys know, or hopefully most of you guys know, SPY is going to be the S&P 500. So it's going to be the top 500 stocks in the United States. And then QQQ is going to be the NASDAQ 100, which is going to be the top 100 stocks in the United States. Now, the thing is with SPY and QQQ, the top holdings are pretty much the same. Just in QQQ, things like Apple, Microsoft, they have a higher weighting than they do in SPY. But more than likely, SPY and QQQ, they are going to be doing the same exact thing, just because, again, the top holdings are pretty much the exact same. So if we pull up a chart right here, you can see I have SPY on the 15-minute, QQQ on the 15-minute. What are they both doing? They're both bull flagging on the 15-minute. Now, you can make a full-time income by just trading SPY and QQQ. These things offer tons of trading opportunities every single day. Like one trade that we ended up taking yesterday was on QQQ. Unfortunately, I missed the first entry on, I believe it was SPY. Yes, it was SPY. So if we pull up the 1 minute and we go to yesterday on SPY, I ended up missing this 61.8% retracement right here. So if we take this low to this high, you can see that it pulled right back to that level and just rocketed. I completely missed that trade. But as I was watching SPY and QQQ, I started to notice that QQQ was actually bull flagging on the 5-minute. So if we pull up QQQ and even SPY, we can see that QQQ came back to this level around 10.15. Well, where's 10.15? Right here on SPY. So SPY still looks strong. However, it wasn't bull flagging like QQQ. That's why I went with QQQ yesterday. Pull back to that 8 EMA, reclaim the bull flag. That's when we got long. And as you can see, QQQ absolutely exploded. So a lot of newer traders, they struggle with, okay, what should I be trading? What should I be watching? If you're newer, you can literally just watch SPY and QQQ, 2 stocks. That's it, because they offer tons of trading opportunities every single day. So now going about finding my levels for SPY and QQQ, when I am trading SPY, I am actually doing all of my analysis on SPX. So with SPX, there's tons of different ways that you can find support and resistance. So the very first thing with SPX is you always want to mark intervals of 50, meaning 3650, 3700, 3750, so on and so forth, because those are more than likely going to act as areas of support and resistance. So the way that SPX and SPY are broken down is SPX moves based off the S&P 500 futures, and then SPY moves off of SPX. That's exactly how it's broken down. So you do want to mark those intervals of 50, and then you can also use basic support and resistance. You can use person's pivots that I like to use. You also want to know about the previous day's high, the previous day's lows, because those are also going to be areas of support and resistance. And then when I'm trading SPY, I'm using my levels based off of SPX to actually make the trades on SPY. Now with QQQ, what I've noticed is intervals of 5 are also going to act as areas of support and resistance. So 275, 280, 285, 290, 295, so on and so forth. So every interval of 5, that is more than likely going to be an area of support and resistance. So what you want to do is you do want to mark all of those levels. Also, what you want to know about is going to be previous day's highs, previous day's lows, previous day's close, plus your person's pivots, and then Fibonacci throughout the day. So again, if you're a newer trader, this is perfect for you because you can just sit here and watch SPX, SPY, and QQQ, trade SPY, trade QQQ. Very simple. Now, also, when you are trading these two names, what you want to know about is like what the bigger stocks are doing. So you want to know what Amazon is doing. You want to definitely know what Apple is doing. You want to know what Meta is doing, Tesla, and the list goes on and on. So there's probably like 4 or 5 stocks that I'm going to be looking at when I'm actually trading SPY and QQQ, because those are going to be the stocks that make this thing end up moving. So if SPY and QQQ, the number one holding in SPY and QQQ is going to be Apple. So if we were to pull up Apple, and if Apple were to look very, very weak, but we're thinking, okay, SPY is going to go up in price. Well, if Apple doesn't start moving, more than likely SPY and QQQ are not going to go up in price. So that's going to help us not get caught in a false breakout. So as we can see right now, SPY and QQQ, I mean, they're kind of just staying stagnant right here. They're not really moving because Apple is just sitting in this area. So if we take the low of the day to the high of the day, we can see that Apple is sitting on that 61.8% retracement. If Apple can start breaking back up above those moving averages and start heading towards high of day, I can guarantee you that QQQ and SPY are going to continue to push to the upside. But if Apple is to pull back and start breaking below this low, it's going to invalidate the retracement. More than likely, it's going to pull back. And what's going to happen? SPY and QQQ are going to pull back as well. If we weren't looking at Apple and we were just looking at SPY and QQQ, we could come to the conclusion that it still looks pretty bullish. We're just riding that 8 EMA to the upside. However, what's not making sense right now is Apple. So you definitely want to continue to keep an eye on these separate stocks that have a high weighting in SPY and QQQ, because that's going to help you identify trading opportunities. So not only am I watching Apple, but I'm also going to be watching stuff like Amazon. So Amazon has another high weighting. So we would want to put that on the list. We would also want to look at something like Tesla, which also has a high weighting on the list. Because if these 3 or 4 things are going up, more than likely SPY and QQQ are going to go up as well. But what if SPY and QQQ look really weak, and then all of these 3 or 4 stocks also look very weak? The probabilities of SPY and QQQ dropping are a lot higher than it going up. So as a result, that's going to help you identify low risk, high reward setups on SPY and QQQ. And once I started discovering this, because I used to not look at SPY and QQQ at all, and I used to literally not trade it. I remember when I first started trying to trade SPY, I lost a lot of money on it, so I just stopped paying attention to it. I was like, okay, I don't really do good trading SPY. It wasn't until, I would say, like mid last year that I started really watching SPY and QQQ and understanding how they move and how I can reflect that into other stocks as well. Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, so on and so forth. So watching SPY and QQQ is going to be very, very important, even if you're just trading individual stocks like Apple. Like if I was looking at Apple, okay, I want to make sure SPY and QQQ also are showing the same exact bullishness or bearishness that I am seeing on Apple. So if I were to be watching Apple right now, I would be watching how we're sitting at this 61.8. So yeah, we're holding it 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get long with a stop loss right below here. So below like 145. Looking at SPY and QQQ, they're squeezing on the 5-minute, holding above the moving averages, meaning these are all confirming each other right here. So that would lead to a high probability setup on Apple. And then again, as we just talked about, if you were to trade SPY and QQQ, you just want to be looking at, you know, stocks like Meta, Microsoft, Apple, so on and so forth. But once I started to notice these confluences that you'll see between SPY and QQQ, plus all these individual stocks, and really focusing on the confluences between them, that's when my day trading hit a completely new level. So like I said, I have tons of other videos on how to trade SPY and QQQ, basically how to find the levels, and I have tons of free educational videos on my channel teaching you pretty much my entire strategy. But that's really how SPY and QQQ changed my entire trading career and my life. Because again, once I started to learn actually how to read SPY and QQQ and how to apply it to individual stocks and then individual stocks to SPY and QQQ, my trading just hit a completely different level. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. So as always, if you guys did find value, make sure to click that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you guys very much for 30K subscribers. You guys are the best. Other than that, everybody have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.